Prior to the Chiefs versus Cleveland Browns game on Saturday, December 14th, Travis Kelce and his Chiefs teammates plane touches down at Cleveland Hopkins International Airport. To begin the Chiefs versus Cleveland Browns game at Huntington Bank Stadium, Travis Kelce and his colleagues traveled to Cleveland, Ohio. Travis Kelce will be performing at Huntington Bank Stadium in front of thousands of fans, including some of his old neighbors, in contrast to prior games. Travis Kelce, who was born and raised in Ohio, likewise seemed quite enthusiastic before going back to see his birthplace, but his competitive nature remained serious and thoughtful. As he and his teammates got off the plane to go to the Chiefs Hotel in Cleveland, Travis Kelce showed up wearing a white jacket, black slacks, and a black cap. He was carrying a luggage. Chiefs officials, including quarterback Patrick Mahomes and coach Andy Reid, were also spotted disembarking from the United Boeing 777. The Chiefs have a winning streak and a strong start to the season, so every player is prepared for tomorrow's game. Even though our team is rated higher than the Cleveland Browns, we don't miss any practice, Coach Andy Reid stated in a speech on Friday. In particular, we never judge an opponent's strength or weakness subjectively. Andy Reid's lucid speech serves as both a declaration from him and a source of encouragement for his pupils. The Chiefs have the league's top quarterback, head coach, and current winning streak. With a 12-1 record, Kansas City has won 10 of its 12 games by a single score. Naturally, the Chiefs have participated in 4 of the previous 5 Super Bowls and won the last 2. They have unquestionably inherited the league's dynastic franchise from the New England Patriots in the Tom Brady-Bill Belichick era. Kansas City will play the Browns at Cleveland on Sunday. With a victory, the Chiefs may move one step closer to securing the AFC's top seed. With a 3-10 record, the Browns are hoping for a winning season or a trip to the playoffs, but they still have a chance to defeat a giant. Although it's a meager consolation reward, it does exist. What is the Browns' method? They must respond to the following 3 inquiries against the Chiefs. I don't know if you know, but the Chiefs have a decent QB. Every week, Patrick Mahomes continues to astound, and not only because of his astounding stats. Rather, Mahomes' ability to appear unfazed is what is most remarkable about him. Although defenses have dealt with him and even fired him, they haven't been able to stop him from playing. The Chiefs have won 15 straight one-score games because of this. They excel at third down, particularly 3rd and 6 or longer because of this. It's Katie bar the door if Mahomes can lead the Kansas City offense with composure. Another close game won't have to be endured by the Chiefs. The Browns can give themselves a chance if they can at least rattle the cage a little and get Mahomes off the field. Kansas City's one-score luck will eventually run out, according to the rule of averages, but you must be prepared to take advantage of that chance. The middle of the field is where the Chiefs' offense really flourishes. On passes to the center of the field that go 1 to 20 yards in the air, Mahomes is 121 of 163 for 1,355 yards, 9 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions. Having Travis Kelce, a potential Hall of Fame tight end, was undoubtedly crucial to that achievement. According to PFF, Kelce, who is in that similar category, has been targeted 67 times and has 50 catches for 428 yards and 2 touchdowns. The defense of the Browns has given up 24 throws to the middle of the field for 448 yards and 5 touchdowns since the bye. In just last Sunday's game, quarterback Russell Wilson of the Pittsburgh Steelers went 3 of 3 for 51 yards and 2 touchdowns. The middle of the field has appeared to be the site of several of the Browns' biggest defensive blunders. This offensive is the target of that this week, and things might quickly become ugly. With 25 sacks this season, the Chiefs are tied for 25th place in the NFL, which isn't really impressive. Steve Spagnuolo, the defensive coordinator for Kansas City, is notable for his ability to apply a range of pressures on a particular play in addition to the quantity of pressure he applies. Chris Jones, an all-pro defensive tackle with 5 sacks and 59 total pressures, is the first of those pressures. Together, Jones and defensive end George Karlaftis, who also has 5 sacks, have 104 pressures, and that's just the beginning of the offense's issues. The Chiefs will always have defensive backs and linebackers. With 4.5 sacks since 2022, cornerback Trent McDuffie is second among all corners. The Kansas City Chiefs are once again the top club in the NFL, at least based on their record, as the 2024 regular season draws to a close. With 10 of their 12 victories coming in one-score games and several of them being decided on the final play, the Chiefs' road to 12-1 has been very different than anticipated. Even while players like Travis Kelce, Chris Jones, and Patrick Mahomes are still important, this Chiefs team is different. The offense isn't quite as explosive as it was in previous years, and the defense in particular hasn't been as strong. But almost every week, this club has found fresh ways to pull triumph out of the jaws of loss. Travis Kelce and Kareem Hunt, who combined for 5 touchdowns during the Chiefs' most recent visit to the Browns in 2018, are returning to Cleveland. The Browns will have a chance because of problems on both sides of the ball, even though Kansas City has dominated their previous meetings with Cleveland. After breaking his fibula in Week 2 of the season, Budo has only participated in 4 games. He has been gradually reintegrated into the rotation since his return from injured reserve 2 weeks ago. Despite Kansas City's reliance on Samaje Perine and Kareem Hunt, Pacheco's double in carries last week suggests the Chiefs are prepared to give him greater responsibility. When opponents are worn down in the fourth quarter, he likes to crush them. He is a gritty downhill runner who becomes stronger as the game progresses. The Chiefs will want to replicate Kareem Hunt's 50-yard score off a screen in 2018 because he is also very productive in Kansas City's screen game. Since the Chiefs' game against Buffalo 4 weeks ago, Grady has grown to be a key component of Kansas City's passing attack. Gray has scored 4 touchdowns and been targeted 20 times, including 21 in the first 9 games. He has taken full advantage of his recent opportunities and is easy to overlook when opponents are preoccupied with Xavier Worthy, Travis Kelce, and DeAndre Hopkins. Gray is frequently used by Kansas City beneath and in spots where he will have space to move after catching the ball. The Cleveland linebackers and players who provide underneath coverage must be aware of Gray's location at all times. Prior to the season, Johnson was not expected to start at cornerback for the Chiefs. He is a depth player who has been a liability for the Kansas City defense since he was pressed into action when Jalen Watson was placed on injured leave. For the Browns to have a shot against the Chiefs, Jameis Winston and the Cleveland passing attack must exploit Johnson. In order to prolong drives and keep Patrick Mahomes off the field, they need to locate simple open throws that are accessible to Johnson's side. Because Johnson struggles with man coverage, players like Elijah Moore and Jerry Jeudy ought to be able to get open on a regular basis. Since Winston took over as the starting quarterback, Jeudy in particular has blossomed, and the Browns must match him up with Johnson as much as can this week. The Cleveland Browns and Kansas City Chiefs were both on the rise when they faced each other in the playoffs 4 years ago. It appeared as though a new competition was starting because of their youthful quarterbacks and dynamic playmakers. That did not occur. After the Chiefs defeated the Browns 22-7 in the 2020 AFC divisional playoff, only one of the teams kept getting better. With a 12-1 record, Kansas City has advanced to 3 Super Bowls and won the last 2. Travis Kelce is regarded as the game's top tight end and has a well-known pop star fiancé, while Patrick Mahomes has emerged as the NFL's most dangerous and clutch quarterback. The Browns, 3-10, have taken a different tack. After 3 unsuccessful seasons, Cleveland let go of quarterback Baker Mayfield and made a disastrous trade for Deshaun Watson. In addition to dividing their supporters, this trade could have long-term effects for the team. Their previous playoff encounter in January 2021 now feels even further away as the clubs get ready to play on Sunday, with the Chiefs leading the NFL and the Browns in trouble. "I don't remember too much about that playoff game," said W. Thornhill, a safety with the Browns who was with the Chiefs at the time. "The only thing that I remember is that controversial hit at the goal line. It seems like ages ago." Chief safety Daniel Sorensen delivered the contentious hit Thornhill was referring to, causing Browns wide receiver Rashard Higgins to drop the ball in an unpenalized helmet-to-helmet collision. In a game that also saw Mahomes leave with a concussion, that hit was one of several pivotal moments. In the last minute, Cleveland's defense was unable to stop backup quarterback Chad Henne's crucial scramble or fourth down throw. Things may have turned out differently if the Browns had prevailed. The road to the Super Bowl might have passed through Cleveland rather than Kansas City. Mayfield might have stayed, and Cleveland might have been the best team. However, that did not occur. The Chiefs are currently enjoying a great deal of success and, some would argue, good fortune this season. 6 of the Chiefs' victories have come on the last play, and they have won 10 games by 7 points or less. Last week, Kansas City won 19-7 for the second consecutive week thanks to a 31-yard field goal off the left upright by Matthew Wright, who was filling in for 2 injured kickers. Throughout the season, these fortunate Chiefs have won a lot of close games. "You make your own luck," remarked Kevin Stefanski, coach of the Browns. "They've won close games and are a good football team. By positioning yourself to go make a play here, make a play there, you can win close games. You're over the top for that." Having Mahomes, who seems to be able to accomplish the seemingly impossible, is undoubtedly helpful. "He makes magic happen," said Grant Delpit, a safety for Cleveland. Travis Kelce of the Kansas City Chiefs is one of the NFL's top tight ends, and the Browns will have to play him on Sunday. However, Cleveland's top tight end may or may not be a concern for the Chiefs. David Njoku missed all of the Browns' practices this week as they got ready for the back-to-back Super Bowl champions because of a hamstring ailment. The Browns, however, categorized the tight end as questionable on Friday. "It's tight, man," Njoku remarked on Friday, "but I'm making an effort." According to Njoku, the injury happened during the second quarter of the team's defeat over the Pittsburgh Steelers on Sunday. He still caught 7 passes for 42 yards and a touchdown on 13 targets. Njoku did admit, though, that a painkiller shot helped him get through it. "The pain truly set in after the game," he stated. "Oh my God, it was biting. It was painful. But I'm a dog," Njoku remarked. "Whatever I could do, we can see it." Conversely, after practicing all week, wide receiver Cedric Tillman was cut by the Browns. The second-year pro has been in the concussion protocol since the last play of the third quarter, according to head coach Kevin Stefanski.